Hi, my name is Dr. Camilla Moore and I am owner of Bristol Chiropractic in Bristol, Rhode Island, where I specialize in treating and evaluating overuse injuries. I'm also the creator and founder of PreTrain LLC. I'm really excited to talk to you about a program that I developed for my patients and will soon be available to you as well. So let me ask you, what did you do the last time you got hurt? Think about it. What did you do? Maybe you just rested and iced the injury. Maybe you visited your doctor. Maybe you got some manual therapy with a physical therapist or chiropractor or massage therapy. But chances are you did something that just waited out the time before your pain went away. Then what did you do? Well, if you're like most people, then you just transitioned right back into doing the same activity that got you hurt to begin with. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And it really didn't make a lot of sense with a lot of my patients. So I looked around to see if there was a program that I could give to my patients that would help them transition from an injury or even help them treat these nagging injuries that they had that they couldn't do much about. There wasn't anything out there. So I developed PreTrain Fundamentals. So let's just take a step back for a second and talk about how overuse injuries, which are the majority of the injuries that most athletes have, both everyday and elite, and see how they develop. So there's really two main ways that overuse injuries develop. One is overtraining. So for example, let's say you typically run 5Ks, and then you decide that you want to run a marathon. A typical marathon program is around 18 weeks that will help to train your body to run a 26.2 mile race. But let's say you decided that you wanted to do it in, 4 weeks. That volume of work over that month would really predispose you to some overtraining, overuse type injuries. The second and most common way that overuse injuries develop is when your biomechanics, in other words, how you move, become out of balance. So there are three main areas of biomechanics, or how you move, that need to coordinate together to move properly and keep you from getting hurt. That's strength, stability, and flexibility and mobility. So what happens is over time, our bodies adapt and compensate to certain movement patterns. Maybe it's from an old injury, or maybe it's from a posture that you use on a daily basis, or maybe it's from sitting at a desk all day. Either way, your body starts to get out of balance, and stability and strength and flexibility and mobility become compromised. This causes some areas of your body to get overworked and some areas of your body to become underworked, and that sets you up for overuse injuries. So what I was looking for my patients was a program that could complement what they were doing on a daily basis, not necessarily replace it, but would help build stability, strength, and flexibility and mobility. In doing so, they would minimize their risk of injury, and they would also help rehabilitate their old injuries. A step-by-step program that takes them from a rehabilitative level from coming off of an injury and builds them up, coordinating their new movement patterns to minimize their risk of injury. Then they train. So the concept of PreTrain Fundamentals is, let's move right before we move more. PreTrain Fundamentals is also a way of life. It's about educating and empowering, and in doing so, making better decisions that will make you stronger, stable, more flexible, and ultimately leading a better and healthier life. So following this email, we're going to have a lot of information that is going to be available to you. We're going to talk about what exactly are your core muscles. Did you know that your diaphragm was part of that core? If not, how do you know those core exercises that you're doing are effective? It's an important piece, and we're going to teach you how to actually activate those deep core muscles that are protecting that low back. We're also going to talk about how repetitive use injuries and overuse injuries develop on a more detailed level so that you'll be able to choose the right exercises for you. Without changing much else and just adding in the correct exercises into your program in as little as 20 minutes a day, will be able to help you minimize your risk of injury and lead a better life. So be on the lookout for a message from me. It'll be in your inbox and it'll be chock full of information of what you need to know about pre-trained fundamentals, but more importantly, the information that you need to know to start living a healthier and more strong, stable, and flexible life.